Hello, YouTubers. Welcome on back. I always start with a swing. Something I don't know if there's like not a borderless window for this or what I'm doing wrong, but I'm doing something wrong. I am doing something. So is this game an expansion to a game or a download? This is a full game. This is a full game put on by a couple of Certling cores. Like 3 Swedish developers. But it is its own full standalone game. It's still in early access. So it's not fully complete yet. But it is its own game. Hello. Hello, 1-star skeleton that I destroyed. Get wrecked. Get riggedy wrecked. Oh my god, hello. Nice couple of cores in here as well, that's good. We don't need a million of them, but I will eventually want a somewhat robust teleporter network for wherever we're trying to do things and harvest and make general progress. That was a very short but very profitable skeleton cave. We got 2 cores out of that, and it was basically 2 rooms. So trying to figure out why you can't pull those shields on the wall. Some of those things are decorative. Most of the things are destructible, constructible. And there's one more cave up here that we can hit up that we had seen. And Pink Floyd, welcome in. Oh man, I love Pink Floyd. What's your favorite Pink Floyd album? Those of you who are of an age and also enjoy the Floyd. I think mine is Animals. It's so good. Bluebits Games, holy cow, thank you for the 3-month sub as well. Welcome in, welcome in. The Wall, it's kind of cheating because you get 2 albums, but it's a good choice. It's totally a good choice. Did I not? Was this a fake cave? Dark Side, nice. Love it. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Wish you were here. That's a good one too. I mean, is there a bad one? Is there a bad one? Division Bell. Yeah, I get less into Pink Floyd as we get further away from Roger Waters. But I still like David Gilmour's solo stuff. It's good. It's still good. But it's just not the same for me. And I think his first solo album I thought was kind of cool, but then like it feels like the more solo stuff that gets put out from Gilmour, the more samey it sounds, which kind of bums me out. Can you beat the game? There are ways of beating the game. Although, again, one of the things I like about this game is that there's not really a set progression. You can kind of, you're left on your own to decide what you want to do in the game. However, each biome does have a boss, and therefore you can beat all of the bosses in the game and call that a whole thing. Your favorite Pink Floyd is any Led Zeppelin album? Wow. Gauntlet thrown down, shots fired. My goodness. My goodness. It's just, oh boy. The hot takes, they're too hot. It's caliente. Muy caliente. I don't see any bodies of water across this giant ocean. Or, bodies of water. Any continents. Duh. The ocean is a body of water, TGM. I know, I misspoke. I misspoke, leave me alone. I really love Animals, though. It's such a good album. My favorite Led Zeppelin albums, anything by Aqua. Oh my goodness. Give me this. Let me chop you. I keep noticing that I'm really bad about being diligent about eating. Let's eat all that. I like that we're exploring this coast, though. Let's keep going. Brother dragged you to a Pink Floyd exhibition at the Victoria and Albert Museum. You had never listened to him, so it was all lost on you. But made a point to listen to their albums. Their music is not... and listen to their music so it wouldn't have been a wasted experience. So do you not like them, Volky? Like, after being exposed, do you still not like them? Oh, the boars. Blue Bits Games, been watching for years, mostly on YouTube. One of my favorite places to hang out. Thanks for the good company. Thank you, Blue Bit Games. I was wondering, I'm always curious if people are like new or longtime fans. But you basically decided to join us live in person on the internet, and I appreciate that, Blue Bits Games. You haven't seen this on YouTube yet, but I have added Valheim in as a second main game, and so that is what we are playing today. Kind of want these leather scraps too. Again, I don't need this troll trophy. Let's do that. You like them now? Nice. That's good. Oh, is this mountain? I think we just found mountain. I've been looking for our next progression of biome. I'm one of the ones that watch every YouTube video. Awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate you watching them all. Makes me really happy. And thank you for the support. Thanks for the value for value. I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, this is mountain. Because I see snow. It may not be a very big mountain, but I'm going to go around it. I don't mind running around the meadows at night. That's not particularly scary. And I have been wanting to circumnavigate this entire island. And now that we have some food, I kind of don't mind being off on our own for a little bit here. Minimap changes for mountains. Yeah, I know, but if you get too close to the mountains, you can aggro mountain enemies, and mountain enemies will wreck my face right now. Like, absolutely wreck my face. And I like my face. I don't want it to get wrecked. How do you prevent getting cold in a mountain? There are potions that you can craft. And then there are certain armors that will have built-in climate control, basically. Or climate defense. I'm circumnavigating this, and you guys can't stop me. I realize that our inventory is fairly full. But yeah, like if anybody played like Ocarina of Time or like any of the Zelda games and stuff, like eventually you get an armor that lets you survive the lava environment, etc. And that is similar for this game. We will get some frost defense armor eventually. Is that full? Oh no, I just don't need the Grey Dwarf eyes. Okay. What's up, AF Gaming? How you doing, bud? +5 to era score. That's right. We're going to circumnavigate. Uh-oh. This is more... We're back to the Black Forest. Okay, I can see the other side of this, so that's good. I'm gonna die. I'll just stand on the thing. Things are going well, AF. Happy weekend to you. How are things in your world? I hope well. We're having a fun game exploring, or a fun day exploring Valheim. Tis good times. Exploring at night, not advisable. Do as I say, don't do as I do. Per usual. And it's too dark to see anything super far out there. Still recovering from getting snipped. Ooh, been rough. You got snipped? Is that like a... I saw Co got snipped. It's a responsible decision, my friend. I hope the recovery goes swimmingly and quickly. Does feel bad, man. Not too bad though. It's a smart, responsible decision to make, given your thing. Oh, I said swimmingly. Lol. Internet went out the other day, so you played some Civ Rev. Nice. Very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, there's definitely a mountain over there. Don't quote The Office. Don't quote The Office. Why not? You can quote The Office. That's fine. People like The Office. Oh, man. There's more we can get over here, too. It was just the oh, dear. So this is more Black Forest land. So let's mark that. Ooh, boars. Give me your tasty meat. And a skeleton. Your meat is far less tasty and not nearly as abundant. That's okay. Yeah. Love Civ Rev, but found myself always wanting to stop at medieval. That is an issue with Civ that we deal with and talk about a lot. Is that the swamp? I can't see it. Is it the swamp? Or is it just more Black Forest? Oh, I can't tell. That's an issue that we've had just as a community who's built there. It looks like Black Forest, I think. Yeah, it's just Black Forest. It's an issue we've had just keeping people interested in the full duration of a game, especially because the games take so long, right? Like it becomes kind of a problem if people are really only interested in the first 2 hours of like a 10-hour playthrough, right? So as a content creator, that's been something I've struggled with a fair bit. It's meadows over there. I don't stumble into something that I can't handle. Boop, boop. That's why we have YouTube. Well, I realize, but it's still a problem because I wind up creating it for the people that want the completionists and like the long-term focus of it. But then it, you know, just viewership goes down and it's not as many clicks, and so it feels less fruitful than like, hey, I created the beginning of a game. But it's fine. I hope nothing's following me. All right, well, we did a big circumnavigation. There's still this up here, which we haven't fully explored. Hopefully Civ 7 will be shorter games. I think the devs would be wise to keep that conundrum in mind in trying to design the future games, but it also just might be like one of those unsolvable problems. So I don't know. I really don't know what the perfect solution is. I reckon that's what they would say quick and online speed are for. I suppose that's them keeping it in mind, is it not? Like, how do you include enough history when trying to make the game shorter? Yeah, that's a fair point. Any recommendations for something not too complex and in that era? Chat? Can we have a chat brain moment here? I can't think of any other games that would be like first part of Civ itch scratched, if that makes sense. Hello. Goodbye. Old World? I still haven't tried that. Really need to. They gave me a stinking copy of it. Northgard's a little bit different. It's a cool suggestion, though. This is all meadows, yeah. What a ridiculous body of land we spawned on this one. I like it. Not gonna play it today. Saturdays are for Valheim. I am following my bliss with Saturday streams, and my bliss tells me to play Valheim. Although I'm very stuck in this river. Ay, ay, ay. You're playing Northgard right now? Nice. Not sure the issue is the length of the game as it is the discovery aspect. How many other things do we all start over and over and over? Yeah, it's fair. Hey, we made it. We traveled the whole night. The whole night away. Valheim seems so chill when we play it. That's why I like it. I think it's really, really fun to just be able to converse a bit more. Like we did productive stuff in this game while talking about, you know, whatever we want, which is fun. Thanks, Maestro. I'm glad people are at least enjoying it, or at least feigning some enjoyment for my sake. That's a lot of meadows. Okay. But yeah, I think you're onto something there, VB. Yeah, Lordy agrees too. Like your that early discovery aspect of it is hard to beat. And when the game is sort of by definition super long form, it gets harder to recreate and recapture like the League of Legends model or something like that, where you can get right back to the early game, you know, in the next half hour, depending how well you do. The only thing I feign interest in is sports. Sports. Graphically, games like Valheim give me terrible motion sickness, so I'm trying to watch in short spurts while keeping on the... Does it help you if I turn off this setting? I don't know if you can see a difference, because I prefer it with it on, but I also don't care all that much. And if this just makes it more accessible to people, then I'm sort of down for that. I hear you. Like, I have no idea if that actually helps or not. But I'm definitely open to using it. What? Why is this all fancified? Well, there's a beehive here. I would like that. I don't know. I turned off the motion blur, so I don't know if it actually helps or not. Is that the head bob setting? I don't know. I don't know what it does. Give me a meat. Give me all the meats. That was our amazing little shack. We upgraded to a slightly more amazing shack. You don't think it did anything? Let's turn it back on. I think it does do something. I just don't know if it helps with the motion sickness. Oh man, we're getting so much good meat. It's exciting. I would totally play a game while watching pseudo watching while doing college work. Fair enough. I appreciate it. I love the idea that people would want to have me on in the background while doing something else. That's very flattering. That means that we're chill enough for that to work. And I like being chill. Nice. Get wrecked. Okay. We made it home. We did the thing. I need another. I guess I can just use this one too. Thank you, Chico. I appreciate you. Watching you this and playing Coupe, difference between the music is stunning. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so we have Surtling cores now. And that's very exciting. For we may now teleport. And teleporting is neat. Build a stave church, yeah. Lol. How are our carrots coming? They're healthy. They're not done, though. This goes there. This goes here. Mushrooms? Mushrooms. Mushrooms? Where'd I put mushrooms? There's a lot of mushrooms. That goes in the other one, too. So does the dandelion, actually. Let's grab this. Doot, doot, doot. And doot. Okay. We'll go here. Alright, so cores. So I need 20 fine wood. So we can do our forge here too. Let's do all this. Should we start crafting armor and see what our needs are as far as accumulating things? Let's make some armor. I know I need this. So I'm just going to start committing to it. Okay, so we are out of copper yet again, but that's all right. Let's do that, refresh our stamina, and then let's look at recipes. So bronze plate cuirass, so we need deer hide. So let's see how much armor we can make with this. And this will give us a second actual proper set of armor to run around with too, or at least have as a backup for when we die. Make some leggings and a helmet. Okay. And then we will upgrade all of those things. So we got to level 3 bronze stuff. We need level 4 station to go further. Do I have anything that I'm missing to make this a level 4 station? It says forge, 2 forge. I don't think so. I think we can only be at forge level 3 for now. So I think that's as advanced as my armor gets. Now, in comparison, our helmet, bronze helmet is 12 armor. Our troll helmet is 10. So it's actually not even that much better. 12, 10, yeah. So it's slightly better than what we're wearing. But it can go further, and so can the troll, I guess. Huh. Well, whatever. I'm happy we have it. Even if we don't super need it right this second. Let's go ahead and leave that here. We can go here. That's fine. And then I need Grey Dwarf eyes. Which means we can finally build. Oh, I gotta bring the course to... We can finally build our first portal. Huzzah. Where should we build it? I'm just going to build it down here. I guess that's maybe a little close to the water. We'll put it up here. Perfect. No, need a workbench. Come on. Have a workbench. Alright, we'll put it here then. It's fine. Alright, so we have our first one. Hello, what do you have to say, Hugin? Portals are great for fast travel between different parts of the world. Of course, you need to build one at the other end as well, and then give the pair the same name so that they'll automatically be connected. Great. So this is our travel portal. And so now we can go anywhere we want, assuming we are willing to run around with Grey Dwarf eyes. Oh, I did the materials wrong. It's 20 fine wood. So as long as we're willing to run around with some encumbrance in the form of 20 fine wood, 10 Grey Dwarf eyes, and 2 Surtling cores, at any point I can pop a portal and then pop back home. So that's really nice. That is very nice. So where to now? Are our carrots done? Carrots are popping up. They're popping off, these carrots. So maybe we don't have a big mission planned for today. Remember to repair. Good idea. Good idea, thank you. Oh. I love randomly punching stuff. And we've got plenty of arrows now, too. Oh, and wood to make a workbench. That is what you're suggesting. Good call. Although that's fairly easy to come up with. But you're absolutely right. We should run around with, what, like 20 or so wood? When will we have a portal demo? Shortly. Shortly, we can do that. And I may want to continue to hunt the meadows today. There was some deer that we could have killed. Protect the portals. Yeah, I know. I know. The portal has to have roof and walls? Is that new? That was not the case when I first played. So can I not do this then? Here, let's do a little portal experimentation. Oh, the tool bench does. Yeah. That I know. That I know. Okay, good. But the one I have will work, is what I want to know. But the workbench does. That's fine. So now I think we go and explore the southern island that we started the day with. I think our goal is going to be to come down here and see if there's some world in which this continues all the way over to the Elder. I don't think it will, but I think that's what we're gonna start heading towards. So anything else I need? I have portal stuff. I've got arrows. I think it's okay. Although I would really like to harvest all these carrots before we go. So maybe that's fine. Maybe make some tea. Tea does sound good. Tea always sounds good. Trees can regrow, and you can even plant them. So, like, if you harvest the stumps, you'll get the seed, and then you can replant the tree as well. So you can come up with groves of certain tree types, because there are indeed certain many different wood types. And so you can plant yourself some groves. I haven't found that to be wholly necessary because there are just so many freaking trees in the game. But it's definitely a thing you can do. This was our copper node. Oh, hello. Aren't you so fancy in your red skin? It's nice for oak and pine trees. Plant them near your base. Yeah, for sure. And you can plant them for aesthetics, too. People make some awesome bases and builds in Valheim. And we'll eventually get to that point where we try to do something cool. But for now, I'm just trying to show people the game, progress the game, etc. All right. I see the sun setting already. So we don't have to do a lot. Utter destruction. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. And then tomorrow we'll go on a big expedition. Assuming our carrots are done, which many of them are not. And we'll plant some more seed carrots before we go, so we don't run out. Shame you can't reuse your arrows. Honestly, I prefer not having to go and collect my arrows. Like, eight wood gives you a stack or 20 arrows in this game. Like, I don't really have a problem with that. Now, you can make fancier and more damagey kind of arrows, which is a thing. Guys, I've been wrecking my boat. There, now it's fixed. Might rebuild my house into a fortitude, like a mini civilization where your house is located. Have a big open prairie. That seems good, Chevy. Right? Seems fun. You should plant a tree for every tree you chop down. Might not be a gameplay issue, but it sends a good message about sustainability. Oh, I love you, Butterfingers. Yes, you're absolutely right. So let's play it. Let's have a socially conscious Valheim playthrough. Conscious. People have already asked me if you can have like a vegetarian run of Valheim, and it's not super doable. So I don't think conflating our real world morals and shoehorning them into this game may not be the best thing. This just in, I don't care about the environment. That's not true. I care very much about the environment. Just not in Valheim. Fence. Lots of wood. I don't be careful running around with fine wood and putting stuff into your smelter, because you can go ahead, you can lose the entire thing. You can accidentally turn fine wood into coal, and that's usually not a great idea. Let me do this. I would never want to disappoint Greta. That would be so sad. All right, we are cold. And now that we can portal, I don't have to care as much about how much like food and stuff I'm running around with. The music changed to nighttime music. So let's garden and then let's go. This is what I mean when I want like an option to harvest the entire like bed of cultivated soil, because this is a bit tedious. It's not the worst thing in the world, and I don't mind working for it, but it reminds me that I should have my wrist guard on right now, and I don't. Is it true that if you build a portal, it'll automatically sync with the starting portal? I don't think so. You have to name them. Reminds you of picking herbs in WoW. I think it's more fun than MMO harvesting. We were talking about MMO harvesting the other day, and I've never really enjoyed it. But I think crafting and harvesting in Valheim is quite fun. right, let us plant more carrots. Booyah. Just enjoy building in Valheim. It was fun once you had enough iron. Yeah, we've talked about the iron conundrum quite a few times. I'm going to be skipping the iron armor in favor of iron buildables. Good night, Folky. Thanks for hanging out. Come and go as you please, friends. Always enjoy the good nights, but appreciate everybody hanging out and supporting my variety endeavors. Pleases me greatly. Okay, that's all the carrots seeds we have. Let's plant a few more carrots then before we go. And just use all this space. Okay, good enough. I heard that if you put beehives around the carrots, it'll grow faster. Is that true? That's fun. Hammurabi, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. All right, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go explore. Can your crops spoil? Not that I am aware of. But I don't know. I don't claim to know everything about the game. There are fish that you see. We don't have a fishing pole quite yet. Someday. Someday. Being responsible. Especially after all that super intense gardening. An impressive setup with some friends. Nice. Yeah, I do think this game is probably more fun with friends. You know? I can definitely see the argument. Have you not seen the game, Hammurabi? We've been having fun with it. I'm going to be putting up YouTube videos soon. And it's a combination of Minecraft and EverQuest, in my opinion. And yes, being able to delegate tasks, like having your friends be able to do stuff for you, is pretty sweet. Although you, of course, then need twice as many resources, sort of. At least in terms of food and whatnot. Good break from Civ. I think I've really been enjoying it, playing it one day consistently and then peppered in as we feel like throughout. So there were a lot of trolls on this island. There was a lot of stuff in this Skelly cave that I didn't get to. And so I'd like to start there. We're in the second biome. This is like a biome-based thing. That's how you tier the progression. So it goes meadows into Black Forest, and we're sort of trying to master the Black Forest so that we can take on the Black Forest boss and then start to think about hitting up new and more difficult biomes. But things I love about the game, for those of you who aren't familiar with my sort of spiel on this, I love the lighting, I love the graphics, I love the approach to gameplay. I love the sound design a lot. Like a lot. Oh, that was just copper. But let's go see. We already have our boss location. I don't know that we can get there, but we're going to try. Pop Eikthyr too. Here's another cave. Okay. Bam. Bam. Okay, so this is another skelly cave. I think that's one that I'm going to leave for later. It's pretty close. I guess I need to go, like, due south. I actually need to go away from where we were, so I'm just going to cut across the continent. Pop Eikthyr as well. You doubt it's on the same one? You'd be surprised. I still have not built a club for the skeletons, no. I will someday. I agree that it's probably not on the same continent, but I want to try. Skipping over some resources now, too. We don't desperately need a lot of stuff. What do you say? What is this? What are you talking about? Oh, just warning of the Grey Dwarves. Yeah. Grey Dwarves, they're bad. Ooh, that troll. Ooh, don't fall on me. Whoo. They are still very scary. Ow. See? Whew. Alright, got it. Got it. Just imagine a bunch of skeletons dancing in Club TGM. Lol. Lol. Alright, heading this way still. Eikthyr is still active, so we should be trying to sprint as much as possible. I think I got all the troll stuff. Yeah, we got troll stuff. I should have enough troll hide to get close to maxing out this armor. There's another cave. Don't necessarily need to tangle with everything we come across, otherwise we're just never going to accomplish our mission. And I don't care how far this has to go, because we have our teleporter, so we can get back in no time. Still rocking Eikthyr. 2 more minutes. How is Maestro, since I have you here, how is the sound? Have we been able to keep it where you can hear me and the game music well enough? You're like my sound consultant. All right, we're pretty much as far as we've been. I'm gonna stay up. I'm gonna keep my elevation here. It's balanced well? Okay, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. This is a giant skelly castle, probably. There are other acceptable balances, too. Would you like it? Is there anything you'd like me to change? We found it! Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Do you see? Do you see? We have found the thing we are looking for, which is the swamp. Now, we need to determine the size of the swamp. But you can tell with the changing of the trees that this is very different than the Black Forest. And there are things in this swamp that are very... Oh my god, and that's... There's swamp and mountain right here. Oh boy. I'm going down. I'm going down. Yeah, that's fair. Fair enough, buddy. Thanks. Okay, so we found both mountain and swamp. Oh, I didn't actually name this. I'm more afraid of the mountain than the swamp. In terms of progression, the mountain is after swamp. But we could check this out. We could check out a little swampiness. It's right next to this. Right next to the. Oh god, there it is. There's Draugr already. Alright, first Draugr down. All right. So we found a Draugr trophy and some entrails. Yummy. Believe it or not, we are going to make food with the Draugr entrails. So this makes me very nervous being so close to the mountain here. We could really get ourselves into trouble. Am I maxed? Oh, I'm okay. I don't need you. There we go. We found some blood bags. So there you go. You just saw the recipe. Those of you who are asking about the frost and the mountain, we just got the ingredient for swamp resist potions, and we found a new type of tree, which is this ancient tree as well. All right, so we are in above our head here. This is a next tier part of our game, and so I'm going to be very, very cautious because we can get easily overwhelmed here. especially being right next to this mountain. If any of the mountain enemies come down, we could be in really, really rough shape. And this does not look like the world's biggest swamp biome, which is a bit concerning. So you can see all the new enemies. And this is basically how you skip tiers of progression, is doing stuff like this. Because we have not defeated the forest boss. Sounds good, Ryan-Ru. I get it. Enjoy the game rather than watch me, please. I'd much rather people enjoy their own games. But yeah, we're quickly unlocking things as we get new ingredients here. Oh, I need those. Wait. I need those eyes. I need those special eyes. Don't need stone, though. So, ooze bomb. Yeah. I don't know how deep into this I want to go. You can see it on the map as different. Oh, there's a leech. I'm not too into this biome. It's just not that big. And the reason I want this is I want to find I want to find a spot. I don't necessarily want to build a home in the swamp, but I'd like to build a home maybe in the Black Forest next to the swamp. Oh god. Okay. But I'm glad we found this. Hi, Theotis. How's it going? All right, swamp is scary. I don't want to be in the swamp. Do you not get dry? No, swamp is always raining. So, another thing in terms of challenge progression. You have to deal with a debuff the whole time you're there. All right. Looks like night is falling here. So let us... Oh, those are leeches that followed us out of the swamp. Oh, there's another leech that I did not see. Cool. I see more too. Yeah, they're pretty big leeches. We can go kill this one too. Where was it? Oh, there are multiple. Okay. Home time. And magically, we've arrived home. How cool is that? We have new items. I really need to get organized. That might be our task for next week, is to build a proper home / get organized. But I really want to progress. So it's kind of a tough balancing act. There's lots of stuff here. Lots and lots and lots. All right, so we have a portal to the swamp. That's neat. That's neat. Nan Soon, thanks for the follow. Welcome, welcome. All right, we can go to bed. To bed. How far is the swamp from home? Can you see it on the map for a second? Yeah, so we spawned in here, and then all the way down here / home is up here. And this is obviously mountain and swamp. I hope this is like a bigger swamp. This might be a spot where we should really take our boat out and check out the swamp via the boat. But we'll see. Happy Saturday, Hot Kettle. How you doing, friend? All right, with the end of that and the dawn of what, day 39? I think is where we're at. Ship for the ore. Yeah, we can also cheat. We can also cheat when it comes to transport. I'm not above that. Thank you for watching, YouTubers. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to stop by twitch.tv/thegamemechanic and come join us live in person on the internet. We'll see you then.